If we are saying he, but we absolutely do not mean Allah is a man, does it really matter what pronoun we give them? Does it really matter if we say she? I went and made dua referring to Allah as she. I honestly believe if I internalized Allah more as feminine, I genuinely think I would heal something so deep inside myself.
We're talking about, my brothers and my sisters, borderline Islam. Islam is not based on feelings. We define Allah Azza wa Jal based on revelation, not emotion. The Quran consistently uses huwa, innahu, rabbuhu. These are the pronouns that Allah Azza wa Jal chose for himself. Some sisters may have experienced dhulm, oppression, the religion being misused, misappropriated, weaponized, being treated unfairly, and that pain is real. But understand this clearly, Islam is perfect, but Muslims are not. All Muslim men are oppressive. We can't trust male scholars. Why were all prophets men? And then eventually, my brothers and my sisters, why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refer to himself as he? It's a progression from questioning people to questioning Allah himself. The shirk and the kufr that people have fallen into historically, and what you see happening today, it starts off by speaking about Allah Azza wa Jal without knowledge. So ask yourself, where do you stop? If you change he to she, why not use any pronouns that you want? Why not use the alphabet pronouns? Because everyone, they will use their own intellect to say whatever they want. Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refer to himself as he? You see what's happening here, my brothers and my sisters? It's a progression from questioning people to belittling and cancelling scholars, those who are carrying the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then questioning Allah himself, right? Being boisterous towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is extremely dangerous. We're talking about, my brothers and my sisters, borderline Islam. Uttering statements like this, my brothers and my sisters, is actually disbelief. It's very serious. And I'm not saying anyone who's uttered these statements have left the fold of Islam. Because not everyone that falls into kufr becomes a kafir, right? I'm not calling anyone kafir, but I am showing you the seriousness of what one is flirting with, right? Sometimes our sisters, they say things out of ignorance. So there's a process that Islam teaches us to go through before one is declared a disbeliever. But without a shadow of a doubt, it is kufr. It is serious, and I'm going to detail that a little bit, inshallah ta'ala, in a moment. Number 4, my brothers and my sisters, when we look at this argument, right? The whole entire premise is wrong, right? Let's deal with the actual claim itself. People say Arabic uses he, but it's gender neutral, so why not change it to she, right? First, understand this properly, my brothers and my sisters. The Quran was revealed in Arabic. As Allah tells us in the Quran, إِنَّا جَعَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا, right? Also, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا. Indeed, we sent it down as an Arabic Quran. It was initially sent down upon the Arabs in a way that they could fully understand. So it follows how their language works, right? Look at this key linguistic principle in Arabic, my brothers and my sisters. The masculine form, al-mudhakkar, like huwa, is used in 3 cases. The first type, my brothers and my sisters, for something that is clearly made. For example, now I say, huwa jaa ila al-bayt. He came to the house. Who came? Muhammad or Sa'id or Abdullah. Secondly, my brothers and my sisters, for something where the gender is unknown. Like for example, when someone knocks the door, right? If you don't know if it's a man or woman, you're going to say, Man at-tariq, right? Man at-tariq. Tariq here is the one that's knocking, right? But it doesn't have a ta marbuta which changes it to feminine. Right? You don't know who he is, so you use the masculine form. And thirdly, my brothers and my sisters, and this is the key here, the masculine form is used for anything that is not male or female. And that's the point here. Allah Azza wa Jal, we cannot say about him that he is a male, nor can we say about him that he is female. So Allah Azza wa Jal refers to himself, right, using the pronoun huwa, because it is the default form. And because Arabic, my brothers and my sisters, has no neutral pronouns, right? It's important also, my brothers and my sisters, to know the following. Allah told us about the angels, right, who he referred to in this particular way. Allah Azza wa Jal condemned those who assigned gender incorrectly to those angels. Like Allah Azza wa Jal says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. Those who don't believe in the hereafter, لَيُسَمُّونَ الْمَلَائِكَةَ تَسْمِيَةَ الْأُنْثَى. They start giving the angels feminine names, right? What does Allah Azza wa Jal say after that? Right? وَمَا لَهُمْ بِهِ مِنْ عِلْمٍ إِنْ يَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ وَإِنَّ الظَّنَّ لَا يُغْنِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا. Right? They're just following speculation. They're just following empty thoughts. And speculation and rumors has no place when it comes to the truth that we should be following. Allah Azza wa Jalla also says, وَجَعَلُوا الْمَلَائِكَةَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ إِنَاثًا. They made the angels female. Right? So we do not assign gender where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't. Another key rule, my brothers and my sisters, the feminine form is specific. You only use it when something is clearly female. Even in groups, if there is one male, right, one man, amongst a bunch of women, my brothers and my sisters, we still use the masculine pronoun. That's the Arabic language for you, right? Likewise, my brothers and my sisters, if there is one male, you must use the masculine form. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Successful are the believers. This includes men and women, not just men. When Allah said the believers were successful, right? Allah Azza wa Jalla is referring to both men and women, right? Not just men. I hope that's clear, inshaAllah ta'ala. Unless Allah Azza wa Jalla, like the famous verse that many people love to recite, here Allah mentions the male believers, the female believers. But if it's mentioned by itself, because there is men amongst the women, the masculine pronoun is used, right? So how does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refer to himself? This is a chapter that most of us have memorized. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say that He is Allah, one. This is Surah Al-Ikhlas, my brothers and my sisters. Equal to 1/3 of the Quran. We recite it all the time, right? So how are we making basic schoolboy errors, right? My brothers and my sisters, Allah Azza wa Jalla, He also tells us about Himself. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. There is nothing like Allah Azza wa Jalla. So how are we now comparing Allah Azza wa Jalla to a man? This is the first mistake, right? This now shows you the importance of studying about Allah Azza wa Jalla, classical orthodoxy or aqeedah, my brothers and my sisters. The primary objective of learning aqeedah is not to debate, it's to learn about your Creator, right? This is why I encourage you all, learn about Allah Azza wa Jalla's names and His attributes for the sake of knowing who He is. He also says, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى, and to Allah belongs the highest description. On these the verses, my brothers and sisters, that we recite all the time. The fifth point, my brothers and sisters, Islam is not based on feelings. Some people say, right, it feels better to call Allah Azza wa Jalla she. Listen carefully, my brothers and my sisters. Islam is not based on feelings, right? Solely. We define Allah Azza wa Jalla based on revelation, not emotion. Number 6, my brothers and my sisters, you cannot change the language of revelation, right? The Quran consistently uses huwa, innahu, rabbuhu, right? These are the pronouns that Allah Azza wa Jalla chose for Himself. So ask yourself, where do you stop? If you change he to she, why not use any pronouns that you want, right? Why not use the alphabet pronouns? The gay homosexual community, my brothers and my sisters, they have a bunch of pronouns that they use. Then what happens, my brothers and my sisters? Where do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? What I should say and what I shouldn't say? Because everyone says ta'amil al-mizaj. They will use their own intellect to say whatever they want. Where do you stop? Right? Please, my brothers and my sisters, refer to this video. Refer to this video that you see on the screen right now. Right? I talked about the moral compass. Where do you draw the line with regards to what is right and what is wrong? Love is love. Right? You've got the gay community, right, saying love is love. If one wants to structure his life in this way, then let him do so. Then what if somebody now, my brothers and my sisters, wanted to have a relationship with their own siblings? Right? These are arguments that is now coming closer and closer. Everyone starts describing Allah Azza wa Jalla however they feel. And now the religion becomes personal expression, not revelation. And that, my brothers and my sisters, leads to inventing names for Allah, giving Him human traits, right? Corrupting the belief system. And Allah Azza wa Jalla warns, وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ قُلْ إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ رَبِّيَ الْفَوَاحِشَ. Allah Azza wa Jalla, my brothers and my sisters, in this verse, and Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala, he commented on this as well, right? فَرَتَّبَ الْمُحَرَّمَاتِ أَرْبَعَ مَرَاتِبٍ. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions sins, right, in 4 levels, right? فواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن والإثم والبغي, right? Allah Azza wa Jalla, He talks about immorality, then oppression, and then thirdly He mentions shirk. But then subhanallah, what Allah mentions after that is worse than anything that has preceded. Speaking about Allah Azza wa Jalla without knowledge. وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Right? So somebody may ask, why is speaking about Allah Azza wa Jalla worse than shirk, when shirk, Allah clearly and explicitly mentions in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَن يُشْرَكَ بِهِ. Right? وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ. It is the worst possible sin. right? And Allah does not forgive it if you die upon that. Why? Because when you think about it, my brothers and my sisters, the shirk and the kufr that people have fallen into, right? Historically, and what you see happening today, في الوقت الحديث, it starts off by speaking about Allah Azza wa Jal, right? Without knowledge. His names, His attributes, His religion, right? Look at this, my brothers and my sisters. Or think about this point for a moment, right? Shirk itself began from this. People spoke about Allah without knowledge, then distorted belief, which potentially ended up leading to shirk, right? When people now say that Allah Azza wa Jal has a son, when Allah قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, right? Allahu Samad, لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ. They said this about Allah, so they fell into kufr. Number 7, this is not about masculinity, right? Some may claim that we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as masculine. No, this has nothing to do with masculinity. In Islam, my brothers and sisters, masculinity does not equal superiority. Femininity does not equal inferiority. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above all of that. When we say He, we are not saying Allah is male. We are saying this is how Allah Azza wa Jal chose to be referred to. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right, chose for Himself. لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون. Right, He is not to be asked, right? But everyone else is going to be asked. He does whatever He wishes. فعال لما يريد. فعال لما يريد. Right? Number 8, my brothers and my sisters. This idea is imported. It is not from Islam. It comes from modern ideologies trying to reshape religion. But Islam, my brothers and my sisters, is submission, not modification. Right? We submit to Allah Azza wa Jal. We believe that Allah Azza wa Jal is our creator. We submit, and this is what made Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam what he became, Abu al-Anbiya, Imam al-Tawheed. إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. Right?
We were at the house one night, we were talking, and he started laughing. He said, Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? I said, things about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, you're an idiot. And I said, why am I an idiot? He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib. And we're the ones who got all of the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. And you want to know why? He said, there were 2 primary reasons. We couldn't tax half the population before women's lib. And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them.
Number 9, my brothers and my sisters. This is how deviation starts. It starts small, then it grows. This is why the scholars, they say, يجب الوقوف في أسماء الله الحسنى على ما جاء به الكتاب والسنة. We stop at where the companion stopped, right? When it comes to His names and His attributes. We found it in the Quran, we name Allah Azza wa Jal that. Or in the Sunnah of the Prophet, we name Allah Azza wa Jal that. فَلَا يُزَادُ فِيهَا وَلَا يُنْقَص. We don't add, we don't change, we follow. And finally, my brothers and my sisters, these are just some principles when it comes to the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Asma'ullahi Azza wa Jal, كُلُّهَا حُسْنَى. All of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's names are perfect and complete. أعلام وأوصاف. They are names and descriptions. تدل على الذات والصفة. They indicate His essence and also His attributes. توقيفية. We only take them from the Quran and the Sunnah. Not somebody now doing ijtihad, right? Trying to find, لا. غير محصورة بعدد. Likewise, the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are not limited in number. Even though the hadith says that Allah has 99, there are more names. But whoever from amongst the 99 memorizes it, acts upon it, learns it, right? This is when he will go into Al-Jannah. And there's a number of evidences that show this. Al-ilhadu fiha. Distorting them is deviation, my brothers and my sisters. Al-imanu biha. Believing in them includes the names of Allah, the attributes, and what it implies. Right? In Islam, my brothers and my sisters, we do not describe Allah based on how we feel. We describe Him based on how He described Himself. Be extra careful with what you say. Wallahi, the enemies of Islam are using these videos. Right? It's not difficult, as you guys saw, my brothers and my sisters, to find answers for these videos. Right? Or these claims that are made. Stay safe, inshallah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.